Collins gets it wide to Gelling. Gets it away to Sargentson. Gelling! That's a good ball. Nice Gelling for the second. To Luluwa. Luluwa goes wide to O'Loughlin and Gelling. They're in the corner with Anthony Gelling.
Hi, Dave Rolte, Widnes Vikings. I'd like to welcome everybody to episode 2 of the Getting to Know series. Absolutely delighted to be joined this afternoon by the club's latest acquisition, none other than Anthony Gelling. Anthony Gelling, welcome.
Cheers, Rolte.
No problem, nice to see you, mate. Have a little chat with you.
Yeah.
Let everybody get an inside track on the man behind Anthony Gelling. You know, the boy that turned into the man that is now Anthony
The kid
Gelling.
that became the boy that became the man.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start off with you know where it all began. It was the Cook. Would it be right in saying it was the Cook Islands? You're from the Cook Islands, your family?
My dad's family's from the Cook Islands.
Yeah.
My mum's family migrated from Ireland.
Okay.
And they met in New Zealand. That's where I was born.
So you could have played for Ireland in the World Cup.
Yeah.
The Cook Islands.
No, I was going to stake my claim.
One.
Yeah, I was going to stake my claim at the last one, but
Certainly, mate. So tell us a little bit about where where did you actually grow up? What age did you start taking an interest in rugby? Did you have any other interest when you were growing up? Was there anything else another avenue that you in particular had, an interest in that you might have made a career out of?
I was born and raised in Auckland, New Zealand. Born at home. I grew up kind of all over the place. We kind of moved around quite a lot. I think when I was 8 years old, my family was on their way out to church one day. My dad stuck his arm around me and said, "No, you stay home today." I was thinking, "Ooh, what's going on here?" And he sat me down and we watched the 1999 grand final, which was Melbourne and St George. And I've just loved the game ever since.
Ever since that?
Ever since. I don't know if it was the game itself or just that I kind of felt a bit special to, be doing something.
Day off from going to church.
Yeah. Doing something with there, like, no one else got that privilege, so, yeah.
Fair play. Yeah. Have you got any brothers and sisters, Anthony?
I got, my mum and dad split up when I was younger, so I've got 5 sisters and 2 brothers.
Right, yeah.
But everyone's kind of all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and where do you fit in that? Are you?
I've got 2 older sisters,
Yeah.
so I'm the oldest boy, 2 younger brothers, and 3 younger sisters.
So what stage did you move across to Oz?
I think it was just after I'd finished high school. I kind of dropped out a bit early because I didn't really think school was for me. So I started working doing drain laying, and that's when I decided I wanted to go back to school or play rugby professionally or anything like that. So luckily I got picked up by the Sydney Roosters. I think it was just before my 18th birthday. And
where did they pick you up from? What club were you playing at?
I was playing
League country club or something?
I was playing for the Howell Hornets at the time.
Right.
And that year I'd made the Auckland 18s team, which was that was the first time I made a rep team, so I was buzzing with that. And it was a special team. They had there's a lot of players that kicked on. Sean Johnson, a lot of the guys that went through the Warriors system. That's the way I was trying to go, was to get a gig there. But it's quite tough in New Zealand for young players because there's not a lot of places to go. There's one club, and if you don't crack it there, you got to go look somewhere else. So. Yeah.
So is it often because of that? You potentially have a surplus of young players in New Zealand. Is it a regular ground where you'll find Sydney scouts or NRL scouts looking to bring Kiwi boys into their clubs? Yeah,
100%. A lot of clubs, it wasn't until I got to Australia that I realised how many players in that club were from New Zealand and at other clubs as well.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the Roosters. What was your time like at the Roosters?
It was good. I kind of felt I was thrown in the deep end a bit, just being part of a setup where, you're getting paid to play. That was special in itself, but then having to live on my own and kind of figure things out as I went too, so made a lot of mistakes.
Learned a lot though.
Learned a lot, yeah. So I think by the time I wrapped up there, I was kind of, I don't know, I was looking for a new challenge.
What was the highest level you played at the Roosters?
Only on the 20s.
On the 20s?
Yeah. So
who was the head coach there at the time?
They kind of swapped hands. So the first year I was there, they had Brad Fittler.
Right.
And they finished with the wooden spoon.
Right.
And then the next year, Brian Smith came in. and the club went from zeros to heroes in the grand final the year after that. So
Brian Smith.
yeah.
Big name in British Rugby League, Brian Smith. Come on, he was the integral to the start of the phenomenon.
He kind of seems
Bulls.
to be around everywhere. I think he's older than Rugby League itself. But I had him last year at the Warriors too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you work at the Warriors last year, Brian?
He's still there. Yeah, running the show.
Okay, so Sydney Roosters. How did you move to? Did you fancy coming over to Europe and playing in Europe, or did it happen by default? How did that move to come over to?
Yeah, not at
the
all.
UK,
So when I finished off at the Roosters, it was kind of abrupt. So I went from playing and training semi-professional and getting paid. I had a job on the side. I was doing tiling, and I went from that to all of a sudden the season had ended. I didn't have a job anymore, and I was back in New Zealand. And when I left the Roosters, I had to get a surgery on my ankle. So I came back. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. For 3 months I was. I was
penniless.
Yeah, penniless. I was on a sickness benefit. I couldn't do anything. So straight away, I knew that as soon as my foot was ready to go, that I wanted to get back to where I was, or the path that I was on.
Yeah. Anybody give you a helping hand there to get you over the side?
Yeah, definitely. It was coming over
to the UK.
England thing.
Yeah.
So that year. I was quite lucky. So when I went back after the Roosters, when I went back to Auckland, I played in the New Zealand Warriors reserve grade team.
Yeah.
And that year, all 3 teams made the finals. You had the under 20s, the reserve grade, and of course the first grade, which I think Inu played in that.
Right.
Yeah. So all 3 teams in the grand final. I was the 18th man for the reserve grade final, and after the warm up and everything, I was walking back in for a shower, and one of our centres. First minute of the game, he makes a break down the sideline and does his Achilles tendon. So he rolls off into touch, and I'm kind of watching on my way to a shower, and then the coach waves out and says, no, come back, put your boots on, you're playing. So one of the forwards got taken off the bench, and I went straight in and ended up playing 79 minutes of the grand final.
Nice one. Did you win?
No, we lost it.
Yeah,
it was heartbreaking. But I think I've done enough that game to get some attention, and with the help of Kevin Iro, and some of my other coaches,
Kevin Iro, you coach him?
He was coaching for the Cook Islands at the time.
Right.
So he kind of had a talk with Sean Wayne. They used to play together back in the day.
Oh, of course. Many times.
Yeah.
2 great wicked players.
Yeah, so they kind of just said, Wayne, he gave me a call one day and said, I've spoke to Kevin, not seen you play, can you send some footage over? And that was it.
So Sean Wayne brought you over to Wigan, a bit on a wing and a prayer, but give you an opportunity.
Yeah.
And you seized it with both hands.
Yeah, that's it.
How did you find life at Wigan Warriors?
I was tough at first. I was just complete culture shock. Nothing you could have told me could have prepared me for it. It all happened quite quickly. I went from sitting on the couch wondering about what's going to happen next year to I'm in pre-season. It was my first full-time gig.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? What's going on, man?
Who's this fella? He's barking at me.
Yeah.
What was it like Wayne to play for?
He was good. I just like the way that the passion that he had.
Yeah,
and
the club.
Yeah, just the club, the game, how you go about your job.
Yeah.
You see how much he cares about it and how much he cares about you doing your job.
Yeah.
And you take the same pride, you follow suit and take the same pride in what you're doing. Yeah.
Wigan Warriors, obviously you had quite a lot of success there. Challenge Cup final, grand final twice.
Yeah.
What was the pinnacle of that time? What's the moment that when you're old and grey like me, you got your grandkids sat in here, say, that was the moment that I remember clearest?
I think the clearest moment probably the 2016 grand final, because that was, I don't know, I think building up to that, I think I'd been at the club 4 years by then, and it had been 4 years of kind of you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out, you're injured, you're playing well, and then this happens and that happens. So I felt like there's a lot of obstacles and hurdles to get to that point.
Right.
And
who's that one against?
That was against Warrington. And so by the time we got there, and even during the game, it went down to the last minute, but when it happened, all the boys were running around Yahoo, and I just remember standing there with my hands on my head. I just couldn't move. I was just surreal feeling.
Yeah.
Mm.
Been a long trek to get there. How did it feel playing at Old Trafford? It's a fantastic stadium.
Oh yeah, we'd been there. I played there 2 years earlier because we had that run. We had 4 grand finals in a row.
Yeah.
I played 2 years earlier against St Helens, and we had lost that game. And that feeling of losing the grand final, that was heartbreaking. And to go back and do it was.
To put that wrong right.
Yeah, it just makes it that bit sweeter, you know.
Yeah.
Having tasted defeat, it just makes it that much better.
Sometimes people say you have to lose one to enjoy winning one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the case.
World Club Challenge.
Yeah.
Obviously, the last time it was over here, the World Club Challenge played the Cronulla Sharks.
Yeah. So that came around a few months later.
Yeah.
So after we won the grand final, there's a lot of partying. So had to dust ourselves
Have
off.
a nice drink.
yeah.
You know,
too much, I think, but dust ourselves off and find that desire again during pre-season to go again for another year, and it was a great way to start the year.
Turning the Sharks over.
Yeah.
At the DW. Let's have a little chat about Anthony Gelling away from rugby league.
Yeah.
I think we're all and congratulations on becoming a father.
Oh yep, thank you.
Welcome to the wonderful world of fatherhood. Little girl to your partner Tommy.
Yep.
How you found? I know you're over here. When is she due over shortly?
Yeah. Well, we're hoping for a couple of weeks. There's talk that it might be a couple of months, which could be quite a distraction. So yeah, hopefully it's not long. How
are you finding fatherhood?
Honestly. It's been weird. Like having been here, it's very hard being away.
Yeah.
But the first few weeks, there wasn't much sleep.
Yeah.
But I was buzzing off it. It's our second kid. So my partner's here already had a kid.
Yeah.
So she's 7. That's Ava.
Yeah.
And she's a handful as it is. So having another one on top.
Big sister.
Yeah.
So
big sister. Yeah.
Look after the little one. Yeah, I think one thing that came out, from, obviously I was like a bystander watching your career progress, mainly at Wigan, and I've always been a big admirer of you as a player. But one thing that I think sets Anthony Gelling out from the crowd is your off field. That some of the things you've done off field, some of like the little things you did at Wigan. I remember just flicking through Twitter one night, and you tipped up at somebody's house on your bike. Somebody's birthday, was it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Someone, a Wigan fan was having a birthday, and you called in unannounced on the thing, But so it's little things like that. So tell us a little bit about Anthony Gelling, the man away from rugby league. What sort of things you find interesting? What is your passion?
I find everything interesting. I think that's a blessing and a curse, because I kind of know a little bit about everything, but don't really have the attention to stick on one thing most of the time.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, hard to explain.
What's your hobbies then? Tell us
my hobbies, I like anything creative. So anything where I can take an idea and grow it, and share it, or, bring other people in on that. So I think my biggest hobby is probably writing. I like writing. Whether it's songs, if it's fucking little articles, if it's bits about sport, this and that. I've always liked sport journalism.
Yeah. Maybe an Nancy Gelling column. Weekly column on our website might be of interest to the fans.
Yeah, definitely.
Show your writing skills.
Yeah.
Keen video. I've got down in my notes. Keen videographer.
Yeah.
Pronounce it. And rap artist. You want to shed a bit of light on?
Yeah.
You're going to have to, because I'm
that'll just come back to the writing stuff again. I've done a uni course where, doing a bit of camera stuff. That's just a place where you can, if I've got an idea, I can share it with you. We can make it, whatever it is, if it's a music video, if it's this, if it's that. A lot of times I might write a rap song, no one's going to sing it for me. I've got to do it myself. So, I don't know. My missus has got me into painting lately too.
Has she?
Yeah. So I painted a little canvas there, it's hanging up at the wall at my mum's house.
Nice one.
Yes, I don't think it looks good, but I think everyone's just, it's my mum's house, so of course mum's going to hang up.
Oh, she loves it.
She loves it,
This is really interesting. This next thing that I want, and he found this out the other day, and I think I found it very interesting when I had a chat to you yesterday about it. Harvard Law School at Harvard. Harvard University in America. You spent a little bit of time there.
Yeah.
Pretty recently, was that?
Yeah, that was just after our season finished. I think it was October last year.
Okay,
maybe
so
November.
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit how that came about. You spending, did you get a scholarship there, or did you have to? You see a course that you found. Oh, I'm going to go at that and not pay for it. Is that how it worked?
Yeah, it was kind of come about last year. I just started reading books more. You know, when I was at school, I never really took an interest. It was all just sport.
We discussed that.
As I've gotten older and I've found things that I'm interested in, I've liked reading more.
Yeah.
And the more I've read, the more, I don't know, I just want to keep growing that knowledge. So I'm always looking for little courses or things to study. Speaking to Blake Green last year, former Wigan lad, he's at the New Zealand Warriors now.
Yeah.
He kind of took me up on an education fund that the NRL had.
Okay.
That you know, there's an opportunity there for whatever you want to study, they'll help fund it. So he said at the start of the year, he said, well, if all this money's sitting there, no one's touching it, why don't we do something with it? You know, and he tossed up this course at Harvard, which was it's only like a 3-day negotiation course. Yeah. But it costs quite a bit. So to have them pay for it, I thought, why not? You know, you're not going to pass up an opportunity like that. And we went down there. And
so he went with you?
Yeah, he came with me. It was me, him, and Toru Harris, and also our coach Steve Kearney.
All right.
Yeah. So the 4 of us from the Warriors went down there, and it was nothing like I expected.
Were you all on the same course?
All on the same course.
Yeah.
There was people from all over the world. You know, you had people from Google, you had people from Apple, all these companies, and I felt completely over my head every minute.
Yeah, good.
But at the end of it, I just felt...
That's where you're at your best.
Yeah, at the end of it, I just felt like something clicked, and I just... Yeah.
So you said you touched on there that it was about negotiation. Just give us a little insight into. So what did you actually do? Just sit around negotiating all day, or were you taught the skills and then put into like a role play situation or something?
Yeah, so I was more learning like the skills of negotiation and like what it entails. So they gave us a whole stack of reading to do before we got there, just so that when we did get there, everybody's on the same page, and you go from there. So I started off with simple things like buying a car, buying a house, whatever, and it went into kind of got more complex and more detailed, and the techniques and the things that go into it. Yeah.
Anything particularly you picked up that you completely would never have thought of before you got there? Any of the skills that you required?
There's a few skills in that, but I use them on my missus, so I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to go live with it. You might find she's used them on you. You've not realised. So we'll keep that under the hat for you. Widnes Vikings. It's fantastic that you've joined the club, and it's been a pleasure to see the influence you've had, already on the playing group and in particular on the young players and a positive influence you've had. So that I'm hoping that's going to be someone that can grow. How have you found Widnes Vikings upon your arrival in?
I found it a little bit like the feeling is that it's a club that's been, I don't know, they've had a couple of hard years. Yeah. And you get that feeling walking in.
Yeah.
You get that feeling that we need to build up. Yeah. So when I first came in, I was a bit, I was a little bit quiet. I was kind of just observing. I've still only been here, not much time at all. Just over a week, I think. Yeah. But I try to, if I can see something that we can do better. Yeah. I'll speak up and I'll say something, because I've kind of figured out that if you kind of wait for someone else, you become you're a follower. Then you're looking for for the leader and stuff like that. So being a senior player now, I'm 28 years old now. I'm no spring chicken, and we do have a young squad. So I've kind of realised and clicked that people will be looking to me to speak up. Yeah.
And you've managed to managed to do that so far, and long may that continue.
Yeah. Just trying to find my way too. You know, it is quite a new role
to
for
know
me.
each other, really.
Yeah, it's a new role for me, and you know, I'm still trying to get to know the guys, so it's tricky, but you know, we'll get there.
Any initial thoughts on the squad? Any of the young players impressed with the quality of the young players we've got at the club?
Yeah, definitely. There's some real athletes there. You know, there's little things that they need to work on, but you know, if they get it right, they can be really special. You know, I think the winger on my side, Ryan Ince, you know, he's an athlete. You know, he's a rugby league player. Yeah, and if he can just get, you know, little things in his game clicking for him, you know, I think he could have a really special year.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Nobody more pleased than me. Have you got a message for the fans of the club for the coming season?
I don't know. My message is just enjoy the season. You know, just enjoy it. You know, people want to talk about the club's finances and, you know, things that aren't relevant to what's happening on the field.
Yeah.
You know, just sit back and enjoy it.
You're a fan of the club. You're a fan of the club because what your eyes see on the field, what your heart feels when that's on the field.
Yeah, exactly. You know, as players, we try our very best to bring an entertaining style of rugby, bring results that are gonna, you know, put us within big games and within trophy contention. Just enjoy it. Support the boys. Come on down and enjoy it.